Hello again, good afternoon to you. Welcome to Business. Now, government is to develop a petroleum infrastructure master plan to serve as guidelines for the location of strategic petroleum infrastructure in the downstream sector of the industry. Over the next 3 years, the master plan will facilitate massive deployment of petroleum infrastructure as government tries to develop the downstream industry. Deputy Minister of Energy, Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam, says petroleum master plan would go before cabinet for approval before the end of the year.
We're developing a petroleum infrastructure master plan because you know that if we have to develop the downstream petroleum industry, it requires, significant amount of infrastructure. Infrastructure ranging from jetties, ports, petroleum depots, as well as other storage facilities that we need to put in place, refineries. And if you don't have a plan, a master plan that details out or that guides you how you deploy this infrastructure, where you deploy them, which partners do you need to work with to be able to develop this infrastructure, then you are going to have a petroleum industry that is hollow. It's hollow because it is not built on any sound footing. Infrastructure is the basis of every petroleum sector development. And government is, determined to ensure that we roll out the necessary, infrastructure that will facilitate the business and that will facilitate the growth of the industry. And that will ensure that the petroleum sector becomes the instrument of transforming our economy and the lives of our people. And so we are determined that by the end of this year, we will have this important document before cabinet. And once it is approved, Ghanaians will see over the next 3 years the massive deployment of petroleum infrastructure. I've mentioned jetties, I've mentioned ports, I've mentioned depots and other storage facilities, pipelines, and also refineries. And this is why we think that we could not just have allowed people to come doing things the way they want without a plan to guide the development and the deployment of this infrastructure.
Away from that, 50% of the phone numbers in the country are registered with false information. This observation was made by the head of the cybercrime unit at the Ghana Police CID, Dr. Gustav Yankson. He revealed that as a result, 90% of mobile money fraud cases reported to his outfit at the police CID headquarters are unresolved. Dr. Yankson believes the only way to remedy the situation is for telecos to perform proper background checks on their agents and gather credible information on customers. He was speaking to Daniel Dazi on News Desk.
It's obvious. I've said it. I don't have the statistics, but I believe that about 50% of that data for SIM registration is false or fake. I strongly believe that. I don't have the statistics anyway, but looking at the cases that we try to investigate and the kind of names that we tend to see, it's obvious from the name that this one, it's not correct. If you can see Kojo Ajwa, just doesn't make sense. So,
but these people are supposed to register with valid ID cards.
Well, so that is where, as a nation, we need to look at it again. Unfortunately, the truth is that you can do some checks for yourself. Go to Circle today and try to register. They would register you without any card. Or if you send any card there, they will not be able to validate it. So if you can't validate it, then where are the checks? How do you know your customer? Obviously, you don't know your customer. And if you don't know your customer, at the end of the day, should anything go wrong, then the police, we have the responsibility to investigate. And then it makes my work difficult because then I have to use some kind of unconventional, unorthodox methods to investigate. And then that makes it very, very expensive because if you are using other means to investigate, it's no surprising that we are not able to make some kind of inroads with our investigations.
Which is what I wanted to ask, that realistically speaking, are you able to investigate effectively? Because you are looking for a needle in a haystack, really.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that is the truth. You have hit the nail right on the head. And if currently we are able to investigate just about and prosecute, arrest and prosecute just about 10% of our cases. That isn't too good.
And that's business for now. We've got more business news updates for you shortly on the marketplace. My name is Emmanuel Abuaji. We are